Oh, man, I didn't do this. We changed scenes. Anyway, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Neo Humanity in the blue. Representing Maturino, give it up for Astrea. And his opponent in the upper left, in the red, representing Shopify Rebellion, it is Scarlett. This should be a banger. One of the best Canadian players against one of the best American players. Let's go. And it looks like we are going to have... Well, I think that was a 15 pool proxy hatch. This is Omega base from... Oh my god, and Astrea's going Nexus first. Oh, I don't think he can do this, folks. Scarlett's taking the cheeky behind the gold base, third base from Astrea. She's not going right into it. Imagine if she just proxy hatched right. She wouldn't even have to proxy hatch if she didn't want to, but she would. She could get all sorts of blocks because of this. This is interesting. So I think Scarlett may be going for the Bly build, if I'm not mistaken. Just my assessment before. So it's probably going to be roaches. I could be wrong. Scarlett can do all sorts of cheeky stuff, but this is already a banger of a KSL that I missed out on. I'm glad we're casting it now. All right, guys, and if you want to... never mind. I'm not even going to say it just yet, because we're just getting started in here. But big shout out to Chicken Man for holding down the fort. He always does. But he held the fort down kind of alone, and all the casters, Alexander Enke, Steadfast, probably the Cranky Ducklings. I didn't see... I don't know if Into the Inno was casting too. He is a Korean caster. I was literally non-participating last night, and I feel bad about that, but sometimes you do what you gotta do. Alright, Hatch is gonna finish. Scarlett taking this other hatch right now. Astrea looks like he is gonna scout it. Wait, do we... Oh, that is a scout. Astrea sees that he's been proxy hatched, and there is gonna be a drone that has got... Oh, it's gonna be mined out. So Astrea could try to start a wall here. Oh, look at this. Okay, it's gonna be a pylon wall. I think if he did it back... Yeah, no, at this time of the game, it's too hard. And this will mine out pretty quickly. I like the shield battery. I like the 2 adepts. And he has a full wall. Wouldn't Astrea play Nexus first into full wall? I forgot to mention, this actually can work out. But what Astrea could do is like 4-gate glaive. In my opinion, would be... Okay, he's pulled off. Yeah, he needed all the resources he could get. But you could just build... He could have built the pylon back a bit and gateway walled it here. Truth be told. Scarlett is going to back up and is just going to be mining at Astrea's third base. It's a normal game of StarCraft right here. Totally normal. Nothing to see here, guys. It's a standard macro game. All right, so Astrea is going into Twilight. Scarlett getting her natural and even stealing Astrea's economy a little bit at a time. 2 more adepts going to come out. Warp gate on the way, and Astrea still on... Oh, no, he's resaturated his gas. Okay, I do like this now. Very weird game to start things off. Metabolic boost is going to finish. Scarlett is going to go and put another cheeky drone on the gas. So it is 2 out of 3 saturation on her main base. Astrea did go back to it. He's getting a stalker. I wonder if Astrea is going to mind game and resonating glaives. There's no robo, mind you. And going... Okay, yeah, he's going to go into blink stalkers. He's skipping it all and going blink. I had a sneaky feeling he might do this. And a cheeky 2 base all in might actually do it. Yeah, he's going to deny some vision. Alright, I like how the adept's just chilling there. Astrea is actually going to be mining this out with no wall, and it is stalkers, guys. I have a feeling this is going to be some big brain plays. Scarlett is going to drop a Roach Warren, however, behind this, and just go on and take in her triangle third. That being said, the drones are here. It's going to be some free workers. It's going to be a lot of lost mining time, but realistically, it's well worth it. Scarlett taking a bunch of those minerals of Astrea earlier on top of the chaos this has caused. I love this game. Scarlett and Astrea delivering. Okay, we do have a robotics facility coming, and Blink is well on its way. Do the adepts catch the queen? That's the question. And I love that these adepts are just tipping their hat here. Astrea kind of mind gaming a little bit. Truthfully. Alright, nice couple of cheeky link kills. Let's see if we get a stalker warping after. Oh, it's a supply block for Astrea. That's unlucky. 2 pylons in the way. But that's quite a bit of a supply block for a while. Oh my good lord. This game is crazy, and I apologize. I might have to take something from my head. My sinuses are absolutely destroyed right now. So apologies for that. Scarlett is saturating her new third. Ay. This is quite pain for Astrea. However, the Stalkers are out. We don't have Forge yet. We are getting it. The War Prism just now started a bit ago. Oh, Astrea could get some free Overlords. That could be huge, actually. Scarlett gonna lose this hatch with just some supply, but 3 Overlords could be massive. 2 gonna go down, I'm assuming. And I think she's gonna be able to save the third. But still, for now, no, it's gonna go down. 3 Overlords for free for Astrea, who could potentially just go for a 2-base all-in right here. We'll see. And with the Observer out, he's gonna be able to clear up all this creep. Alright, Scarlett's pushing out with a pretty massive army, however. That's a good amount of Ravagers. 4 Ravagers, a couple Orochi boys, and 47 Lynx. There is a full wall, but the Adepts might get surrounded. Alright, Astrea's not paying attention. He might lose a Stalker right here. He's going to cheek up into the, or choke up right there. And Astrea doesn't want to lose his core. I'll tell you right now, that's a rough loss. He could drop another one. Being that he went Blink Stalkers, the Biles are going to be many. Taking out some serious damage, or putting some serious damage on this. Adepts, oh no, it's just a random little army over here. Astrea, what are you doing? He's getting +1. He's going to kill his own gate? Whoa, no, oh no, oh no! He has no wall right here. He's losing the core, he's building another one. Probably should have done that before, honestly. I think mistakes may have been made. Alright, battery overcharge gonna come in. Can Astrea hold this? This is looking rough, mate. Astrea is gonna take some serious damage here. And my god. Scarlett cheesing game number 1. I missed this. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't cast, because you know why? As luck would have it, it wouldn't have been as good. Everything happens for a reason sometimes. Oh, Scarlett biling down her own Ravager, but gets the War Prism, cleaning up the Robo. I think this might just be it for Astrea. Max Angel getting taken down to Kirktown by a build that she learned at Princeton University. For the memers in my chat that know the memes of the good old days of the Proxy Void Ray. Alright, anyway. This looks like it's about over. Astrea's trying to hang on here. He thinks Scarlett's more committed, but look at this. A cheeky 9 o'clock base for Scarlett as 31 workers go down. She leads in economy. She's still hammering out army. And Astrea just didn't lose about every probe right here, right now. The Stalkers have taken a big beating. Nice Biles. This is a weird one. But a sick game number 1 to start things off. We should be seeing a GG pretty soon. I don't blame Astrea for hanging on here, but it's looking pretty hopeless for our Protoss player. Last poor Astrea, I knew him. Horatio? Ay. Good stuff, Fresh Pop. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Astrea is going for Custer's last stand here. Is he going to go find this 4th? He may just find it and go GG. But I think he's getting a warm-up after this, because this is the first game. We'll see. Alright, Stalkers moving in. Ooh, hello. Little chisley poo on all this. GG is called. Scarlett gonna take it. Scarlett is gonna take game number 1. Alright, moving on to game number 2. This time we are gonna be on Babylon. Max Angel versus the Queen of Blades. Alrighty, here we go. Bruno, what's up? Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Babylon in the blue, representing Maturino. Give it up for Max Angel himself. It is Astrea. And his opponent in the bottom right, she's red, representing the Shopify Rebels of Shopify Rebellion. It is Scarlett. Welcome, Bruno. Alrighty. Is Astrea going to do the same memes? That's the question. Is he going to Nexus first again? I can't believe that game went as well as it did for Astrea for a while, however, when he was proxy hatched. If Scarlett had proxy hatched, arm the Rebel Queen. Is he gonna go Nexus first again? He's a pilot. What is he doing? I think he is going Nexus first again. Astrea's playing Nexus first against everything. What era of Starcraft is this, folks? He's going for another Nexus first. What is this series? Oh, this time Astrea is up against the just a macro play. So he is going to have a damn fast Nexus this time. And he's going to be perfectly safe. But he has no scout. I don't like that. I think you should always scout. At least after that Nexus. Or I think he is going to. It's going to be a Nexus Gate Scout. Oh my goodness. What a game to start this off. What a series to start this off. Of the Korean Starcraft League Week 24. I don't know. They might be. I don't know if they are. I want to actually ask them about that. I don't know Scarlett that well, admittedly, but I'm sure Max would be too. Because that is funny. Some of the games they played, I wouldn't be surprised. Truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised. But that is a valid point. It was like when Nina and Trigger lived together. Some of the games they played were freaking hilarious. Alright, guys. I should hit up Juanito tonight, too. I should have before. Special and I were planning on doing some stuff, and then it kind of fell to the wayside. We didn't touch base and make a solid plan. Alrighty. We got the Nexus going. Did Special didn't play last night. I wonder if he casted. Alright, guys. Sure. I should have done this earlier. I was playing ladder. Ladder went pretty well, I thought. Well, it was kind of rough. My control was off, but anyway, we're talking about the game, but big thanks to everybody for all the raids. Like, everybody and their brother and sister. Roddy, Larissa, Ruff, Gene Sim, Boulder, Huge Boulder. Who else? There was somebody else, too, and somebody else. There were like, I don't know. There was a lot of raids today. Key. How can I forget Key? Key and Huge Boulder started it off. My goat cashew buddy Key. Bruh. Yo, I should get Key to come on again and be like, dude, fire it up. We'll cast these together. A Key and Dave cast. A bruh moment. Anyway, I gotta talk about the game here. We're rambling about myself. A very fast third for Astrea, playing the greedy style that he enjoys sometimes. And what a Chad, dude. This is why he is the Chad he is. He's literally cutting corners and attacking everything else just to be able to go into a fast third now. He had a fast nat and a fast third. Scarlett sending 2 lings to scout this out. Is going to see potentially the third base over here. We'll see. She might just be hiding now. That Nexus is well underway. The 2 stalker pressure. This is hilarious. Who pushes with 2 stalkers in PvZ? Okay, probe and sentry gonna block this off. Scarlett, is she gonna look over here? She's not. Alright, let's see what's going on. Scarlett going into a Roachborn. Metabolic boost well on the way. And her third hatch is gonna finish shortly thereafter. It looks like the Nexus will at least get up. But Scarlett could really all in this pretty well. Astrea could capitalize on this income in a bit. Potentially. Getting some damage. What happened to those stalkers? Oh yeah, they're just chilling in the third to defend it. Robotics facility on the way, Blink on the way. This is crazy. Look at Max Angel, guys. This is why he's one of my favorite Protoss, period. He's always styling, guys. Scarlett, one of my favorite Zerg. One of my favorite random players, I should say. But this is good. I really wish I did this earlier. There are messages from the above that confirm hacks. What's that, Iron Ringed? What do you mean about confirmed hacks? You're talking about... This is a replay from last night. I decided to drink with the boys. I was kind of starting to feel casting, but I was too drunk to cast after all. So, this is my cast. So rather than being a drunk idiot, oh my gosh, is Scarlett doing this intentionally? Or is that an accidental drone? I think that's an accidental drone. Rip. She must have accidentally rallied an egg. If I was to guess. Blunt last. Unfortunately, alas, it's not. It was played last night, but this was a banger of a tournament, I'm told, and it's already started as a banger. Please don't read my messages. Sorry, bud. Anyway, I'm just checking out chat. I apologize if you don't want me to read your messages. But alright, guys. Blink is going to finish up here. A Warp Prism on the way. What's Astrea's plan? Scarlett going into +1. Is this like a 3? This isn't a 3-base all-in. He's still macroing. I would really like to see him go into Disruptors or something. At least like a Robo Bay. Going in Blink Stalker Disruptor would be good. Even if he got Colossi. But he's going to put some pressure on Tridu, but he has to be careful. This is an expensive army. He does have Blink. Nice Blink back. Doesn't blink back 3 of the Stalkers, but it's better than losing the 1. So he's doing a good job of pressure, killing the gas. The Extractor goes down. Oh, nice evade. Almost could have lost the Observer there. How you doing, Fractal Cackle? Lost Twitch chatters, true. All right, Corrosive Biles. Yeah, gonna put some pressure on here. We're gonna see what happens with the blinks. And Astrea's doing a good job here. He's getting a lot of pressure. Scarlett's still defending well, but I feel like Astrea is trading. He is trading like a god. Look at this, guys. He's not lost a single Stalker, and not even a unit. No probes, no nothing. Any losses he gets is fine in a way. He's basically, okay, he's starting to push ahead in the army supply. Is Astrea just going to do it on the memes? He even took a 4th base. GG. It is now 1-1. Very sick series to start things off. All right, let's go on to game number 3. Bruh moment. What an exciting KSL. It's a damn shame I missed it last night. But you know what, guys? Some of you guys didn't see it or don't know about it. If you want to help the Korean Starcraft League, it is a community-funded tournament, $400 weeklies, as long as we have $1,600 in the pool. But we actually had an excess. So we have the Korean Starcraft League SummerSlam. And actually, it's 2 weeks. So, !KSL, you can hit the Patreon up. It's funded by the patron. Patreon. Ugh. Anyway, spawning in the upper left. Presumably going Nexus first again in the blue. Representing Matrino, it is Astrea. And his opponent in the bottom right, she was pulling some cheeky stuff in game number 1. Not so much in game number 2. Give it up for the Queen of Blades herself. It is Scarlett. From Shopify Rebellion in the red. Alright, here we are. Getting into it. Astrea forcing a triangle third. Oh my gosh, he dropped the gate, guys. He changed it up. He's opening more standard. Logic. Breh. Can I just say cashew in favor of key? And Foxcatcher, hello to I didn't say. I like to try to say hi to the guys and gals when you say hi to me, you know? All right, anyway, here we are. Pool going down for Scarlett. It's a pretty standard build from both of them. Standard opener, I should say. But with Astrea and Scarlett, who knows? We might have something cheeky coming up after. Yeah, you haven't seen Scarlett playing once? Nice. Thank you very much. I should have done this earlier, but that's okay. I'm very thankful for you guys hanging around that hour and coming in just now to the stream. If you're new to the stream, please smash that follow button and all that jazz as well. Subscribe to my YouTube, !YouTube. All that good shit. It is free. And if you got a cheeky Prime sub laying around, I do take those as well. Giddy up. Thanks for the follow. Skidda, bruh. Alright, let's see here. Got a nice cheeky Cybercore going down. It's a wall going off. Nothing crazy. Probe's just getting ready to mine. I feel like that was like mini-me humping something right there. That's why I went into that. The probes are like hugging that like they're mini-me trying to hump things. Mini-me, you complete me. Alright, let's see here. Probe is gonna be out to scout. Hopefully Astrea doesn't throw that away. It's all drones. Scarlett's just now getting her first set of lings out. So it's only 2 lings. Okay, never mind. The first 2 were out before. What was I doing? So she does have 4 lings. Total metabolic boost on the way. Completely macro build for now. Not way. Yeah, she's going for a 3rd hatch. Just went metabolic before. 3rd, very standard stuff. And it is going to be a Stargate from Astrea. So he's actually possibly playing on just an Oracle play here. We'll see. We'll see. Ooh, Adept Shades out. Hits the Cream Tuber once. Not going to be enough to kill it. the cheeky banter StarCraft 2, the StarCraft 2 fam expects from casuals? Sure. Alrighty. That being said, we do have the Oracle. It is going to be a macro game out of Mr. Astrea. Max Angel showed us that he cannot meme sometimes. He can play a solid game. I have a feeling he is going to deliver. He's doing some good adept micro. That game 2 was incredible, though. He literally memed his way to the sun and didn't lose a single unit for the entirety of that game until the end. That was very impressed. Honestly, some of the best PvZ I've seen, considering a meme opener. That was very well done. And Scarlett bringing us the memes in game number 1 with the proxy hatch. That was a spicy meatball. Oracle is going to get a few drones. Is he going to outstay his welcome, though? Taking a little bit of hull damage. Only catches 2, which is okay, though. Forcing a little bit of lost mining time. That's about it. And in total, it's been 3 drones. Saving the Oracle's all right. So I guess that kind of evens out. The Adept did kill 2 drones. So it's not a horrible start for Max Angel. Another Oracle on the way. And we'll see what happens from here. Double Oracle pressure with a 3rd coming. Are we going to see more Oracles? We are going to see more Oracles. The standard 3 Oracle opener. As chat was saying, I should have opened Stargate in some of the games I played against Zerg. That's why I was mauling earlier. Just acknowledging the fact that I do listen to you guys sometimes when you're actually saying something that makes sense. Scarlett going for a queen walk, though. It is scouted by Astrea. This isn't an accident. Scarlett is pushing right now with a drone accidentally. Maybe? Whoa, sorry, guys. Sorry about that. I'm curious to see if this drone actually has a plan. It's going to be a proxy hatch? Question mark? Is it? Is this going to be a cheeky proxy spore? I don't know. We'll find out. This 3rd base is in jeopardy. The 3 Oracles are going to be enough to defend for the moment. There are a lot of queens in there running out of pulsar beam energy. Stalker's getting in position in the wall. Dark Shrine going down. I love this. This is a layerless build, folks. The DT house is coming, as Forjumi would call it. And wow. Proxy hatch in the 3rd. Scarlett's playing full Bly. Or she did play full Bly. Again, this is a recast. Queen gonna drop the creep tumor. The drone did fall, unfortunately, but there's going to be a little bit of creep spread here from 1 active creep tumor. So the queens can transfuse. Scarlett's on a ticking time bomb here. And are the DTs out yet? No, the Dark Shrine is not available. Astrea buying time. Not able to mine at his 3rd, but he's trying to save it. Realistically, I feel like he can lose it and still be okay-ish. There's no shield battery here, though. Oracle's running on fumes. I think it doesn't matter, though. Scarlett is not going into a... Wait. Scarlett is not going into layers still. Okay, now I say that. Look at this. Curse of the Casters. Right here is the layer. Void Ray is going to pop in a second. Blink's coming. Astrea's going to lose his natural, but his army supply, it's more the quality of army. Yes, it's a lot of Lings, which could be enough, but there's a bunch of Adepts, 3 Oracles, a Void Ray, and now dang Templar coming. All right, the DTs are going to be stuck behind this. Oh. Astrea doesn't have Blink yet. He's going to lose a lot. Zealots are warped in out of desperation. Battery overcharge is going to be activated. Scaring this away with the Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Oh, the DT's helping getting some good damage point. Then the Creep Tumor and Queen fall. Scarlett getting some serious damage done. But look at how much was invested. 9 drones fell. 80 Lings and 5 Queens. That is a huge investment from Scarlett that went downhill. Astrea now leading in workers, even though he lost his 3rd. Blink is about to finish. He has all sorts of tech. He's playing like me. He's going like every tech in the game. This is what happens when I go Stargate. But I don't blame him in a way. He's going to have a diverse army comp. Scarlett's going to be on Ling Bane, and truthfully, I like the fact that he's DTs because he can make Archons for Banelings, which is a pretty neat little move. Okay, the Oracles, the 3 Oracles do catch the Queen. Astrea getting some work over here. Scarlett is a Queen printing machine, as most of you may know. So I'm not surprised to see her be able to get some out. The Void Ray putting pressure on it is injured, gets an Overlord. And Scarlett just lost 69 supply because she just dropped the Spore, I'm guessing, somewhere. So we lost the magical 69 memes for just a moment. Alright, anyway, in total supply, that is. Robotics Bay coming and another robotics facility. Third base is back up for Astrea. We'll see what happens. Nice indeed, Bruno. Nice indeed. All right, double Oracle pressure going out. Let's try to find some value on Scarlett's fourth base. Oracles don't catch anything, but it is forcing a spore. Still, Scarlett's catching up on workers. This is a 4-hat Zerg now against the 3-base Protoss. Astrea goes, you know what? We're going to take a fourth base. We're going to put pressure on. We're going to build up our army. We're going to macro. We're going to get into tier 3. He's even going into +1. Scarlett is going into +2, though. This is where things get a little scary. Robotics Bay is going to finish here. Is he going to go into Colossus? I think Colossus would be the play. Scarlett's going into Lingbane Hydra. Muscular Augment started, but it's that +2 melee that's going to be a bigger thing for Scarlett, I feel, with the centrifugal hooks in the fight. That said, Astrea going with 4 Stalkers to push. Interesting move. 2 slow Zealots going. Astrea forgetting to get charged. With all this tech he's been doing, there's no chargy boys. Which, you know, it's going to take care of some harass, but I think he's just going to deathball up. He has the army supply advantage. The Oracles trying to put pressure on, but are unable to do so. All right, that said, the 4 Stalkers are going to probably force a cancellation on this 5th hatch. Or Scarlett's just going to come in. The 2 Rando Calrissian Zealots coming. Astrea can blink that Stalker. He's going to lose the Stalker. Oh, he blinks it at the last second, but... Oh, he gets a kill, not a cancel, saving 3 of the 4 Stalkers. 2 Zealots do go down, but I would say that is entirely worth it for Astrea. All right, that said, the 4th base has completed. Astrea on 82 workers. He's on basically equal workers from our Zerg player. This is kind of scary for Scarlett now, as he's going into Mass Colossus. Not Mass Colossus, but he's building them 2 at a time. That's pretty nice. Now he's getting charged. He's getting extended thermal lights, but he's forgetting his +2. Scarlett's going to be ahead on upgrades. So I hope Astrea remembers to get +2 here behind it all. Extended thermal lance, though. Oh, that was more important, I feel like. If he's going to go Colossus memes, you need that extended thermal lance. And it is going to be a Templar Archives as well. So he's got literally like every tech started in this game. He did lose the Void Ray, I believe. No, he lost 1 Oracle. So Astrea is playing some really top-notch play right here in the Korean Starcraft League. Week 24. All right, Changeling is going to scout Astrea set up for a potential 5th base, rather. But that said, he's going to have to be careful. The Changeling did go down eventually, but this jig is up there. Astrea cheekily trying to go and get some damage to the Void Ray and some Oracles on the other side, forcing Scarlett back, where she could actually pressure this, I feel like. Now I don't know so much about that. I like the 4 of these. Wouldn't hate some Disruptor production with this all. Astrea going into Shadow Stride. All right, this game just got next level. He's literally got the most memey army. I love it. Who here in chat likes it? This is some sexy stuff. All right, there is an Overseer with this army. Astrea may not want to lose this Observer. Lurkers are going to be on the way eventually. Do we have an Infestation Pit? Yes, we do. Scarlett likely to go into Hive. Astrea made some good, got a good stride earlier, but Scarlett's starting to find her pace. Her upgrades are looking decent. All right. Marco. Oof. All right, Stasis Ward's going to try to be activated. There's so many Banelings. They get caught at the last second. There's still enough to capture a lot of this army. The Colossi are trapped. They can't get... He really needs these Colossi against all these Hydralists. Nice 4 Prism Micro, though. Astrea is going to lose this fight. Look at Hydras. Look at Banelings. Look at Zerg with upgrades. Look at Scarlett. Scarlett coming in very decisively and in a good spot after all. This Overseer's going down for a reason, I think. We do have Shadow Stride memes coming up, but the Baneling's going to come crashing into this base. It looks like it is going to be in trouble. More going into the natural. Astrea has a nice... Oh, I love the Stasis Ward trap there behind it all. High Templar are out, but that is not going to do much. Stasis Ward saves the day, but the 5th base falls for Astrea in a unfortunate series of events. He did get Psionic Storm. Okay, so that's not too bad. Why is he going to take that one? He should. I think he should alternate bases. He's going to How did he cancel that? That was actually very quick. Beautiful storms, catching a lot of the Zerglings, but not completely everything. Scarlett is going to get cleaned up. The Banelings do catch 7 workers behind it all. We'll see what happens here now. This is starting to look a little different. Scarlett getting a 6th base. Astrea unable to take his 5th. I think he should have went up here. Scarlett was not in position, but he's just trying to hold on after having a very rough fight. This is where things get scary. We have seismic spines being in research with 3 Vipers in production here. This is scary 30 for Protoss. Astrea not into any disruptors. He's just going Colossus. Feel like you need something to counter the lurkers.
Who wants to have some fun?
Kano, thank you for the raid. Do appreciate it. Hope you had a good stream. Kano is a KSL caster as well. She casts in French, so if anybody speaks French, bonjour. It is definitely check out Kano. She casts KSL most weeks, so she has become a regular at this point for the Korean Starcraft League. Hello. No habla French. Gene Sim. Another native French. You got me thinking of Spanish when Gene Sim said that, and my brain just broke. It doesn't take much. I hope you had a good stream. How you doing, Ryu Master Saint Fee? All right, Colossi are pushing out Scarlett. Looks like she's going to intercept this. Astrea does have a lot of Stormy boys. Only 3 of these guys. She's even getting a Spire down. Scarlett's got a pretty terrifying army, but Astrea still has to be respected a bit. The Yoinks are going to catch. Oh, they're 100% going to get at least 1 Colossus. The other looks is going to fall. Oh, that is beautiful for Scarlett. Taking out 2 Colossi. This is a terrifying army. He does have balls coming, though. These aren't your everyday balls. These balls shoot balls. Balls of death.
Giddy up.
Thanks for the follow, Lekami. Appreciate it. How you doing? And guys, make sure you give Kano a follow. Alrighty. We will see what happens now. Very sick game. 2 StarCraft 2 legends at this point. Let's be real. Max Angel and Scarlett. Duking out Astrea with a nice little backstab with Zealots. Is not going to be able to save. Yes, he can. Oh, he saves both of them. Going in for more damage, possibly in the main base of Scarlett. Still Astrea just trying to be cheeky here. The jig is up, though. I think this Warp Prism is even going to go down. Parasitic Bombs cast after a couple of Hydra Volleys. The Yoink. Oh, that is 1 dead Prism. Let's go. I am doing fantastic. Word of advice, see a lurker, do what I do, run. True Foxcatcher. You haven't heard of Astrea in a minute? Astrea's been... He's played in a lot of these Korean Starcraft leagues. This was actually played last night. I decided to take the night off for a cheeky change, and I'm happy to be casting it now anyway. I did watch a bunch, but there were a ton of games I missed. I missed this entire series. This would be one I would probably be requesting to cast. I'm sure Steadfast casted this one. Look at these lurkers. Nice juicy storms. Oh, catches a bunch of the lings. A lot are injured. That said, this is mostly just stalkers over here. We do have Disrupty boys. A quad set of them. Oh, 2 Novas do land and catch a bunch of the lurkers. Nice storms in the back foot of it. And I believe Scarlett is out of Viper energy, forced to pull them back. Scarlett's starting to chisel away at this base, though. Killing some of the Sim City. But still, Astrea losing 7 workers or not, he still has 80 workers. All right, Astrea needs something to hold on to this. He doesn't want to lose this base, ideally. It is getting mined out, but he is unfortunately going to lose it. Scarlett is insanely ahead on economy. We take a look at the graph. She's had a lot more success in killing bases, denying bases. Astrea at least has been able to have a good economy, and how we started with the memes as well. Scarlett going into greater spires somewhere around here. Where is that sucker? Okay, right here in the natural. Potentially going into brew. Jeez, Ernanek rating. Guys, make sure you give Ernanek a follow now as well. What were you up to today, Mr. Ernanek? A good buddy of mine. A caster man of Brood War and stuff too, other than StarCraft. He's a big fan of StarCraft. Did you do chat Star League? Yeah. Nice, nice. Right now, I'm doing my cast of KSL because I was too hungover to do it. I literally have had all the raids today. My channel will be the hopping spot for raids. Apparently. I don't know why, but we're here. Here we are. Whoever's left of you. How you doing, Julian? HG2G? Yeah, I feel like I'm a sitcom now at this point. It's like everybody loves Raymond except for more smoking, drinking, and degeneracy, you know? Exactly, a hot box, Bruno. You had a good time? Ay. Oh my gosh, look at this. Well, Scarlett is going to keep this army, but did lose all the energy. Astrea doesn't look like he has a lot. Some of his army's repositioned. I love how he has this group of stalkers and a High Templar over here to defend the third, which he lost before. Astrea did manage to get his foothold on this 6th base now. I'm kind of starting to lose track of some of it. But Scarlett is going to go into Broodlord Lurker with those Vipers still alive. Astrea is getting... okay, now he's getting into 3 more Stargates. It was a standard opener from him into some weirdness. Yeah, we have a lot of good games tonight. The KSL was stacked last night. But I'm very thankful to be casting. Dabbing's a great idea. Yo, we got some dabs going on. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. That ain't my thing as much. I don't judge. I've been known to take a cheeky puff or two from time to time, but it's not. And it is legal in my part of the country in the United States where I'm at. And in New York. Alright, Stalkers. High Templar are going to put on a defense. That High Templar could come in clutch an Archon. Okay, the whole army's kind of clumping together here. Scarlett with a massive army all in all. With the powerful units behind this is going to be a little rough for Astrea. He did get some carriers out. We're looking at 2 maxed out pretty much armies. Astrea on 88 workers, though. Let's take a look at the graphs. He's outgreeded Scarlett. For some reason, he decided to get in more workers, because I think he lost so much mining time. He's like, we're going to catch up. Scarlett literally has this crazy army of Broodlord, Infestor, like Lurker, Viper, Corruptor, with Lings for support, and Lingbane for support. Is the whole menagerie. Meanwhile, Astrea has retained some of his... yeah, he's lost most of the Colossus. The Colossi have fallen in great numbers, but still, it's pretty close in some regards, where it looked like Astrea could have been dead for a bit a couple times. The legality of New York is just because they got tired of ticketing people? No, they like ticketing people here. That's how... New York, we like 2 things, apparently. I don't, but taxes and ticketing. So, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Aaron and Nick. Alright. Well, here we are. With a decent army from Scarlett against this pure stuff. Oh my god, the Suicide Storm was needed. He's gonna kill a bunch of the Link. Oh my god, the rest go back and eat the Storms. This High Templar's out of energy, is gonna be surrounded and is gonna be a target. Still... it's just Stalkers and Photon. That's a lot of Photon cannons, though. This static defense is going to help Astrea. Using his bank, the Overseer goes down the Observer's here. I don't know if we should throw our Archons away, though, Chief. Astrea going into more carriers, but Scarlett is anticipating this. Just finished Flyer Carapace, going into Flyer attacks as well. It's a double Spire, and she is just pumping out Corruptors. That said, Neural Parasites being researched. This is an incredible series. Sadly, they couldn't both win. So, it is a best of 3. And guys, if you like these games, I know we aren't watching Korean players, but I believe they are both in Korea, hence why they're playing in this tournament. Please consider being a patron of KSL. The link's just posted. It's patreon.com/Korean Starcraft League. It's entirely funded by the community. We had some goats start us out. Vlad the Fourth, he's wanted to get into casting and stuff too a bit. Good friend of mine. Love him like a brother. And Skitoo, another base legend, which a lot of you guys may know Skitoo from chat. Getting us kicked off at first with they each were putting in $2 grand themselves for like the first 3 months of this, and it really got us rolling. It was that's why we're gonna have the SummerSlam. But now we don't have, we're not really quite there, but the whole goal was to have this thing sustain itself all on community funding with small dollars, if we can, you know. And it's been pretty successful, I gotta say, but if we wanted to keep going, we need those donations. And it's literally going to try to help the Korean players. It's all on the Korean servers only. Alright. And yes, I would love to do more stuff for other things, but I'm not independently wealthy myself. But I'm hoping to get some EU and NA stuff back at it. All right, here we go. Corruptors pushing in here. The Vipers get... Oh, my gosh. Nice feedbacks. We at Chelsea... Oh, my God. Stasis Ward's hitting hard. Cannons actually just buying time, but now the carriers have arrived. Has to be careful of these Corruptors, and the Viper's doing a great job. Oh, my gosh. Is he out of energy with feedbacks? He is. That's a bit of a problem. And he is going to want to keep some High Templar because of the Vipers. All right, so this is a bit of a tricky situation. As Scarlett is pushing on his door. Scarlett has lurkers going on this side of the map too. Ay. This is getting close. Okay, those are all just changelings. Never mind. All right, all the static defense going down. That's a lot of lost money for Astrea, but it's buying. It literally bought him time at least. If he loses this base now, it's not the end of the world. The gas is starting to mine. Yeah, look at this. The gas is mined out right as that happened. There's not a ton of minerals here. They could come into play later if this goes on. The Tempest are certainly going to help for a minute. Oh, nice storm landed on the Corruptors, putting a big bit of damage on them. Another storm. Astrea landed some 6 storms, getting some feedbacks behind it. On Vipers, it looked like with the Corruptors. I could be wrong. I think there was a cheeky Viper in there. And Fasters with full energy, though, landed Fungals for days. This is looking very good for Scarlett. And we'll see. How you doing, Cytotonic? This is absolutely crazy. Yeah. Astrea has this little... Okay. Cheeky quad disruptors over here trying to break the siege of the lurkers. Is going to push Scarlett back. What a wild game. This series has been nuts. This one's just a really sick macro game, but we've had a little bit of everything. How you doing, Pudding Puppy? Saito, we'll talk about that in between after this game. I have something to mention here. Regent artist in the community, Cytotonic. She makes some cool stuff. I have a Pog Squirrel shirt coming in, actually. Or not shirt. She has reprints, and we're going to take a look at that just for 2 seconds in between these. I'm excited to get it and hang it up on my wall when it comes in. All right. Well, the Sky Toss is out of position. It's not a lot of carriers now. That being said, we have anion pulse crystals being researched. Astrea not skipping a beat here. So that is Phoenix range, for those of you that don't know. Dark Town. Oh, now we got it all. The DTs are back. Remember earlier on... All right, I forgot what the hell happened this game at this point. There's been so much action. Scarlett had a proxy hatch attempt over here, which was canceled, denied, at a weird timing when Astrea had a third base. Oh, no, Astrea, cancel this. He's going to land some Novas, kills one of the lurkers. Unfortunately, this one is going to be there to chisel, but he does have 2 more disruptors behind it. More Tempest into play. We have air armor. Well, Scarlett is getting her air carapace, flyer carapace, +3. All right, this game's getting nuts. Yeah, I can't wait till that's on my wall, Saito. That is a pretty big picture. This game is insane. I'm sorry, guys, but this is GSL level Starcraft, in my opinion. Yes, it's Scarlett versus Astrea, but they both played in GSL enough. DTs were being annoying, but are finally going to go down. That's an expensive bit of money. At 375 lost. It's basically losing a mothership right there. But there we say the DTs might be more useful most of the time. Oh, Disruptor's landing and just narrowly missing that lurker. However, the Stalkers are going to clean it up on the back foot. Will the Static survive? Astrea kind of out of position. Now clump it up. Has the Void Rays, has Flux Veins, has a bunch of Tempests, Archons, and High Templar with a couple Immortals. He switched into Immortals from Disruptors. Down here, the Broodlord flyby, whatever the hell. Is going to be going on. Scarlett's really wanted to take this base. She needs it at this point. This is a split map game in ZBP. This is not live. This is played yesterday. Unfortunately, I could not cast it last night because I chose not to cast, and I didn't want to miss out on all the games. I didn't get to see this series, so I'm very excited for this. But this is definitely what a time for me not to have cast this live last night, Curly baby. All right, recall is forced, and this is a lot of Sky Toss over here. These Broodlords should be able to be dealt with. The Corruptors get into position. They're stormed for days, though. Astrea has a few, loses a High Templar, might lose another Archon tanking for it on the back foot. It's getting wild. Astrea taking another base behind it all. We're getting close to the 30-minute mark here, folks. Okay, Oracle is out, going to see the Infestors. He has to be careful. Does he land some feedbacks? The Infestors are pulled back to the Spore and Spine Forest. This is crazy. Scarlett has spines and spores for days. Like, even a cheeky couple left from earlier on. This is kind of nuts. Oh, no, the static defense is a lot of lost resources, as it can go down in an instant. Disruptors killing photon cannons. Lurkers and everything else behind it, cleaning it up. Astrea not getting any cancels. It's a paltry force over here. These disruptors look like they could be in trouble. He's trying to retreat to the photon cannons. Is not able to do so. Is Scarlett going to be able to force a cancel right here? That is the question. Still, it's just Zealots and Disruptors. Astrea's main army's over and the bottom right, pushing in, trying to breach this base. Still, Astrea, you should cancel this Nexus. He's looking at the wrong side. Disruptors are yeeting, but he is going to land some Novas, catching 4 of the Hydras, losing a Disruptor behind it. And that is a kill on a cancel, I believe. I don't know. I honestly, I lost myself there in all this casting. This game is too hype. Tempest putting in some work, cleaning out these Spore Crawlers is kind of nice. There's a lot of Corruptors and Vipers, however. Not really a lot of Vipers, but a ton of Corruptors. He has to respect this army. A Bane Bust going from Scarlett over here. Potentially. Astrea down to 51 workers. Scarlett to 52. We're running out of... we're running out of minerals. He has a few cheeky minerals right here, but both of them have this massive bank. It's almost even, to be honest. It's kind of crazy. Astrea took a huge income advantage for a while. But I don't know. This is some of the best Starcraft I've seen in a minute. I've watched a lot of damn Starcraft. This is one of the sickest PVZs I've seen in a minute. This whole, as a whole, the series, I mean. Oh my god, nice Nova. Catches a lot of the Lings. The rest are going to retreat. We'll see what happens. Alright. Astrea still posturing, trying to break the side base. Guess what, folks? It's all mined out in just a moment. 45 minerals remaining. So it's not so much for that. He just wants to get momentum on the map. But realistically, there's no real use. Oh, no, Astrea kind of pushing far, going into the Spores. He baits the Corruptors, lands a lot of Storm. Scarlett just goes for it. It's Storm for days. Prismatic alignment's activated. And oh my god, that's a lot to lose. Scarlett narrowly escaping. What a game. This is incredible. Alright, a few cheeky Banelings in here. Going to put a little bit of work on a strat. It's a nice little strategy from Scarlett, trying to sneak in and take out a base. But guess what? This base is mined out pretty much as well. We're getting to a point where there's few bases remaining on this map. Actually, they're right next to each other, guys. Scarlett with a little bit of minerals here. Astrea's mined out of virtually every... Actually, we got this one with a little left. But really, 2 fresh bases is all that remains. Scarlett's starting to mine that out, is why I'm saying it. So we're going to see that in a little bit, potentially, if this game goes on. Scarlett had an army supply for the moment, but Astrea is trying to get this base up. He's going to need some money. Oh, Probe's getting thrown away. Astrea says, heck on you, Probes. He's trying to get some damage. He's going to chisel at this hatchery, getting under Scarlett's skin, meanwhile throwing away a few Probes. He wants to get a bigger army. He knows Scarlett's playing that same game because they've gone to a point where they're getting mined out, and they have a bit of a bank. Scarlett has a bit bigger of one. Astrea has to be careful. Land some nice Tempest shots. He has to be careful. Okay, it's the Jabate. He's done a great job of Jabating Scarlett into the storms. Does he land a storm here? Oh, doesn't have one available. He did use a feedback as part of it. This is the bigger base in contention here. Still some Zealots getting warped in. The Photon Cannons find a little bit of time. Astrea going to reposture. He needs to contest this base. Scarlett needs to contest down here. It's a little wild. Probes actually almost killed a hatchery. That would have been something to see. Oh, my dear lord. Alright, both of them getting pretty maxed out again. This time, Astrea is a little lower on its supply, but I think it's for a lot of reasons. It's going to lose that Oracle now. That's kind of a nice catch for Scarlett. Rev tags do help this. We're basically into Broodlord, Infestor, Viper, Corruptor now, and Ling Bane. Do we have Lurkers still? That's the question. I think Scarlett did ultimately trade out the Lurkers. So at this point, this could be a debate. Astrea could potentially win this with a ground army now. It's the Broodlords that need to be contested out of all of it, and then it's pure Corruptor. Granted, Scarlett could make a lot of Broodlords out of that. Alright. We got ground snakes, ground sharks, sharking around, trying to get some neural parasites possibly, and this could be devastating. The Disruptors, though, catching a lot of the infestors. Scarlett with a little bit of a miss Nova there, ironically using his own army against him, but Astrea did a fantastic... He lucked out a little bit right there. I know there's skill, but there's a little bit of luck in that fight, I feel like. Yeah, Astrea do be a very skilled Protoss, but that was definitely a little bit of luck involved. Alright, Archon's in charge while it's pushing in here. The trifecta of Novas going in. We'll see what happens from here. Oh, nice catches. He's cleaning out some creep. Scarlett hiding this cheeky infester over here. I love it. Alright, Astrea's just trying to breach in here. The more static he kills, though, the better it is in a way. Because those were all drones at one point in their life. But he can start pushing in. Oh, is he going to lose the Disruptors? They're dangerously low. Oh, almost gets the infester by just chance, but does not this time. Luck was not on this side of the map. He has established his foothold in this base and is already mining this one out. Scarlett also... No, I was wrong. That is way fresher than I realized. So this base is still going fine for Scarlett for mining. Astrea does not have the money Scarlett does. She is rich, 8,000 and counting minerals as she mines on these two bases as well. She could trade out a few more times, to say the least. That said, the Changeling is going to die over here in a second. Not getting caught. Scarlett posturing with some Lingbane, Hydra, and an Infester with some Overseers. Strad just getting into more carriers. Let's take a look at the army. Only 3 carriers right now. He's going to have 2 more. A good amount of Tempest. Trying to chisel at this base. Trading stuff out. The Banelings and Lings and Hydras coming in here. The Archons held position. Not going to fight now. They are... well, Scarlett did a good job catching some of this. Astrea down on workers now, too. But he can just pump out more army. If he kind of turtles with a little bit of pressure like he's doing, I think this could go really well for him. On these maxed out armies, the Vipers actually pulling the Tempest, though, are going to stop the siege for a moment. Only 1 survives. That said, 4 Tempests being produced from Astrea, 5 Tempests being produced from Astrea. He's going to get them back. Scarlett going for a huge link flood over here. This base is getting mined out, but it would be nice to keep it because he does have a bit more money over there. She is going to force a recall. Let's see what it is. Couple carriers, couple Void Rays, and Archon, and that is so random, but hey, he left a lot of his army up here, so that's ultimately good for him. The 5 Tempest on their way out in just a moment. Scarlett getting more Vipers, more Lings. This game's crazy. I can't believe it's still going. The High Templar are stuck. Some of them were somewhere, maybe. All right. These Corruptors are going to be able to get a lot done. Potentially, Archon's forced to choose their targets. But at the same time, this could go really good for Astrea if he jumps on this with the Archons underneath all these Corruptors. And Scarlett still... oh, yeah, the Broodlord, she didn't move over. The Ground Sharks were up there as well. So Astrea broke her position a little bit. All right, that's a huge Changeling army coming in. And let's see. Yeah, Astrea's going to notice it after. So many Changelings getting sent across the map from Scarlett. That said, Astrea is massively ahead in army supply now, folks. That 32 workers he has is now becoming all like carriers and Tempest in all tier 3. Doesn't have any disruptors with this. I actually wouldn't hate if he got like a cheeky disruptor or 2 before. But that said, let's see how this goes. We still got a game for now. The Broodlord's going for a flyby over here, and this army cannot contend with it. The gas is mining out over here, and we'll see what happens to Astrea. Oh my god. Nice Tempest shots on the Vipers, but the Vipers are going to be successful. That's an expensive bunch of losses. The carrier is going to go down, but all the Vipers have fallen. Prismatic alignments activated. Astrea has chosen just to push in with sheer numbers. He realizes he has to back off because these infestors land a fungal. Astrea's doing a good job over here. But here comes the Broodlord flyby. It's a flyby shooting, folks. Doesn't happen every day. But I guess it does from time to time on James Street here in Utica. Alrighty, let's see what happens as the fight goes on. This army's... Oh, he's catching some Corruptors in the back foot. Every Corruptor he kills is huge to the cause for our Protoss player. Storm landed on the Corruptors nice as well. He is going to forfeit this base, but you know what? There's not too much there. He could long distance mine in a pinch. Scarlett has this massive bank, though. That's the terrifying thing for Astrea. She could lose like every drone she has and make it just a basically almost 200 supply army, and that would be a problem. All right. Astrea dropping a pylon. This base is even getting mined out. Astrea's mined out over here. This is like, we're really pushing it. We're almost 40 minutes in this game. This reminds me of Neeb versus Scarlett with less motherships. I don't know about you. Who else is getting Neeb versus Scarlett vibes out of this? Of the old days. Oh, nice kill on the hatchery by Astrea. Is he going to get all these drones? Like I said, that could help her, potentially. She's got so much money. Because now they're going to be on even supplies. Astrea's going to try to take this Nexus. Oh my god, he's doing it. He's going to take the Nexus. Yeah, it sounds like he's taking a dump Wurzelsept. Guys, if you can excuse me, I'm going to go drop a pylon. Yeah, this is a best of 3, and it is 1-1. This is the first series of KSL that I casted tonight. I missed it yesterday. I'm glad I'm doing it. I can just tell this is a banger one. This series has been like the entire... We've casted KSLs that basically seemingly went on less than this, but these games are incredible. Oh my god. Yeah, this is just insane. This is so frustrating on both sides. But it seems like Astrea is starting to get some momentum. But here's what I'm talking about. Scarlett down to 10 workers. She has this bank. But she has to be careful on how she trades. Astrea has this death ball. But again, she's got such an army supply. This could go pretty rough for Astrea. Because that's going to be a lot. It's mostly in... It's all Skyzerg. The Corrupt... Oh no, Astrea caught out of position. But you know what beats Corruptors in mass? Archons and Stormy Boys. The Ground Sharks are back again. The Rev tag's out. Does he snipe him with the Tempest? He does not. He can't engage too far to lose the Tempest, the Corruptors, and Vipers. Astrea getting out. Oh, look at this army over here. An Immortal, a DT, a High Templar, a Zealot walk into the bar. Dark Templar going out to try to find some damage somewhere. You can chisel at some tech and really get into Scarlett's skin. Because now, this is the time of the game where decisions are really going to start to matter. As the map is essentially getting almost completely mined out. Astrea is actually forced to go back down here to get some more minerals, because he was on his back foot. But he's finally starting to deplete Scarlett a little bit. And she is maxed out on 190 army supply. Alright, some of the statics coming up. She might be able to get some snipes on this. Astrea's got a lot of shield batteries and stuff. Alright, she's going to throw all these spores. This is going to be a problem. We don't have disruptors, like I said. This is where the whole Zerg and Protoss armies, like every unit gets needed in these situations in the late game. A couple disrupted purification novas would take out the spores. But still, either way, nice storms getting landed. This Nexus looks like it's in trouble, boys and girls. I think Astrea's going to want to cancel this, but he's baiting Scarlett into it. How many storms does he have? Holy heck and heck. That is a kill, not a cancel for Astrea, I believe. And, yeah. This is a crazy one. Scarlett with pure Corruptor over here, seemingly, with some Vipers. I mean, obviously, she has some other units. Infestor coming in. If he eats the Fungals, it's going to be lights out for Astrea, possibly. Oh, he ate. Definitely ate a few. Scarlett throwing more Fungals, narrowly missing on the other side. The Oracles are going down, though. Astrea needs to be careful. There are no lurkers here. This is literally the army comp. They're set in stone now. Scarlett's losing her gas bank. And with that, it's going to be a lot of infestors. So even though Astrea contested this base, killed it, forced it, they're really fighting for this base. They're fighting for victory. And we'll see what happens. Storm, he has to use the Storm to kill the Changelings. Thanks for the follow. Twin Sen Odyssey. Oof. Sorry, guys. This has been a banger, and I'm smoking cigarettes while casting, which is never advised. I agree with everything Beowulf always says. Brother Muff there. on said matter of smoking or drinking. But I do, you know, you only live once, I guess. Oh, man, this is crazy. It's a nail-biter here. Who's gonna win? Scarlett's depleted all of her gas. This is her army. All she can build after this is lings, truly. She's out of gas. The last gas is... She's gonna try to long-distance mine this gas over here out of desperation. But Astrea still has money. He's got a lot of gas. He's been mining over here. He's starting to mine out. And Scarlett's is down to 9 workers. So she can only build lings. She could technically build queens, but actually, I'm surprised she didn't grab some queens and pull them in with this. Astrea could actually sack some workers, is my point. He could. He can now sack some workers and do what she's doing. This army's terrifying from both of them, but it's just hilarious, this situation. Alrighty. We're getting to the end of it. One way or another, folks. Chat. It do be looking like the end. This be feeling like a The Doors song, you know? Alright, some rev tags out. I actually kind of like them. Nice storm to clean up the changelings. A waste of energy, some would say, but honestly, it's helping out. Gas has been denied for Scarlett. She only has 50 mined. And some of this is going to fall down. Astrea does lose a Tempest, but it's looking like he may just do it, guys. He may just have it right here. It's all going down to the last bit of stuff. They're contending this base, but Astrea has this bank. He could throw his army, but I feel like he's done it. I'm just going to honestly say it. In probably the sickest series I've casted in a minute. Lings at tier 3 do be a hell of a drug, though. A couple of Hydralisks and Banelings coming as well, but that's going to disjoint the army a little for Scarlett. Astrea is even mining long distance on this base. Going to build another Nexus. He loses the one Photon Cannon's chiseling at some of these Lings, but this army do be tanky. Alright, Astrea wants to get this, but I'm telling you, I think this could be it. The army's terrifying. Scarlett has more. But that being said, oh, she gets a kill. Astrea wasn't paying attention and wasn't able to get a cancel. The Broodlords do some serious damage with those Broodlings. We'll see what happens from here. This constant contest of taking his base is what's happening. I'm actually getting tongue-twisted now at this point. Feel like I've been casting for a long time, and I have. A bit of time after not really being set up for it, and I hung over Dave. Or not. This game's been going on for a while. This series has been going on for over an hour. Probably an hour and 15 minutes. Oh my god. This is crazy. Right into battle, and this Tempest will be our chariot. Exactly, Foxcatcher. Well, this is the thing. Scarlett technically has the army. It's just... Astrea could make some tech moves still, even. He's got enough money. He does still need to save this base. He can't afford to lose another 400 minerals on a kill, not a cancel, for example. This cheeky little army over here, that's funny. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh! Oh, Scarlett lands a storm. I got it just in time, thanks to the sounds. But that was a nice save. He lost the High Templar, but guess what? He was able to save, and they were full energy High Templar. He was able to save some of it. Oh, Scarlett is sharking out again. These infestors coming in crazy. How did I catch that? If it wasn't for that sound, that wouldn't have happened. That was just sheer luck on my part. I was a little sloppy observing, but you know, we caught it. Nice save by Astrea, though. What is this game? Scarlett only has these couple of hatcheries left. So even with this, as it gets into it, oh nice, he's cleaning up the creep. But he might get surrounded by Lings through this army. That's the problem. He does have a full energy, couple full energy more or less, High Templar over here with the Archon, so that could help save the Immortals. But Astrea is doing good creep control behind it. This is pretty nice. This game, this series, the Queen of Blades versus Max Angel, the United States superhero in real life. Scarlett's gonna go take these out. But she may not know how much of a bank Astrea has. The Infestors are out. Eat a fungal. Astrea doesn't get any feedbacks. He's going to lose a High Templar. He's going to lose some units. Does save a bunch of them. 3 Immortals are saved. 1 barely with just 20 HP. Oh my goodness. Yeah, exactly, Sibidjon. The poor person that had to wait for their matchup. And we will probably cover that game next. Because this is... They got to be exhausted. Like I said, in my opinion, it favors Astrea. He's got all the spellcasters. Scarlett has a bunch as well, but still is on knife's edge. He has the thing is he has the income, so he could reinforce. Scarlett can't do really anything. She's completely this is completely bone dry. The last minerals on the map are in the upper right, and Max Angel has them. Scarlett is completely P.O.po. Creep spread getting cleaned up. Archons in the Death Ball is going to entrench or move into position to clean up more of Scarlett. Scarlett's going to try to defend this, but he's just making his moves across the map. Ooh, he has to be careful for Infestors, though, for sure. Astrea could be building something. He's got 194 army supply. Be it another carrier or another Tempest, I don't know. Something. A cheeky Disruptor. I think he has to be careful because of the spellcasters. This is what it comes down to, is these Infestors. It's the whole army comp of Scarlett. Sadly, she can't do much else. Like, literally, the most she could do is, like, long-distance mine off this for a while. Like, there's not enough money for a hatchery. Realistically, that wouldn't be worth buying a hatchery. You'd have to long-distance mine all the way to here, or... Well, yeah, she'd have to... That base is gone now, too. Astrea is looking pretty terrifying still. He doesn't want to throw the game. He's cleaning up all the creep. Wait, is there an observer? Yeah, there is. Yeah, I'm like, well, duh. It's been clearing it out. That said... Oh, nice stasis ward. Catches a shit ton of lings. For lack of better words, that's a metric shit ton. That's actually... That's a Jim Leahy measurement of... Unit of measure right there. The shit winds are blowing, Randers. Now the drones are even army units practically at this point. She needs to keep them alive, I guess, but I think it's really looking over. Scarlett has now lost a lot of her army. Astrea has more versus less, and he's still mining, and he retained the base with a bank. The shit winds are in the air. The shit winds of Zerg. The shit winds of Protoss. You might say it's a shitty day, but not a shitty game. Oh, these queens are marching off creep. And even the queens would be needed. I don't really see how Scarlett wins this, to be honest. To be quite honest. It's just a matter of time at this point, it feels like. As Astrea's entrenching in. And he still has money. Mining this out on huge probes. And why is he building cannons? I mean, I don't know if I agree with that. Yeah, he can even kill this base. Scarlett's literally forced into her main base. There's little left of Scarlett after all on this. And every structure he kills is going to get rid of vision. Creep spread's basically completely denied except for the southwest. Astrea's... Oh my god, another stasis ward. Unluckily for Scarlett. Wait, Scarlett just killed an Overseer or a Viper? I think it was an Overseer. That's pretty wild. Alright, she's gonna try to push on this. She's trying to trap Astrea. This is wild, but guess what? He's got Stormy Pies behind us. She can't push in. The Broodlords are gonna catch some of these units over here, however. And, well, let's see what happens. It's an Archon ball. Nice fungals from Scarlett. She's got to make something happen right here, right now. The Void Rays are out. Does he get a prismatic alignment? The fungals are sick for Scarlett, but storms are landed behind in the Archons. Gonna be able to jump on top.